American Battery Metals closed the session of the 29th of April 2021 at $1.62, and we have a position there. I think the volume for that session was below average, not what you're seeing there. So it has a market cap of $901.3 million, 527.456 million shares outstanding. We can see the unbalanced volume indicator seems to have a negative slope. MACD is above the MACD histogram is above zero and rising, I believe. 14 period slow stochastic oscillator seems to be waning as well. And there's this disclosure they filed about around after the close of the 28th of April 2021. That's their Form 10 disclosure, the quarterly disclosure. So we have that operating net loss is about $31.199 million. That is for the 6 months ending 31st of December 2020. Moving down, we're trying to find what basically the important things. Cash and change in cash is a negative 426,270. Cash at the beginning was 829,924, and then cash at the end was 403,654. So you're going to find a link to all of that in the description box below. So moving down, we can see that the trend analysis says that American Battery Metals appears to be in a strong bullish trend. Its 200-day moving average is upward sloping, and the MACD histogram is above zero and rising, but it's lagging the S&P 500. So MACD is also above the histogram, above its signal line, but they're all below zero. American Battery Metals, the momentum as measured by 14 period slow stochastic oscillator is waning, as we indicated earlier. This means that investors are less aggressive in recent purchases and may even be taking profits in positions but at lower prices. The unbalanced volume indicator is bearish. The slope of the indicator is negative and suggests that there is a lack of buying interest, evidently. So it has a historical volatility of 202.33% for the last 10 trading sessions. So we can see that American Battery Metals has been consolidating just in between the short-term and the intermediate trend line. This is the intermediate trend line, and these are the short-term trend lines. So it has been consolidating within that, or rather pulling back and consolidating within that that space, the space between the short-term and the intermediate trend lines for the last 4 trading sessions. So if it doesn't go beyond or below these short and intermediate trend lines, then it will be the 5th session it's doing that. So yes, indeed it is consolidating, but do we think that is enough consolidation? Do you think that's what we can rely on, that consolidation? Well, it could. I mean, maybe because it has run up a huge amount of gain. It ran up some substantial amount of gain from the. It began from probably from the 20th of April, and since that time, the short-term trend lines have not been able to catch up. So maybe in the coming sessions they will, but yes, indeed they are still consolidating. But I would want it to pull back beyond the short-term trend lines, at least before I, really feel comfortable in getting in. So moving on to Global Battery Metals, it closed that session at $0.26. We have a position there as well. It has a market cap of $17.5 million. And 554.747 million shares outstanding. We can see what's going on there. Unbalanced volume indicator has a negative slope, I believe. The MACD histogram is also above zero and probably rising. 14 period slow stochastic oscillator seems to be waning as well, and MACD is slightly above its signal line. Yes, it says global battery metals appears to be strongly bullish. Its 200-day moving average is upward sloping, and the MACD histogram is above zero and rising, but it's lagging the S&P 500. So let's have a look and see if it's strongly bullish. It doesn't really look like that. It's been, pretty much like American battery metals, just sideways, moving sideways, of late. So the 14 period slow stochastic oscillator is improving, okay, as investors begin to purchase shares. The unbalanced volume indicator is bearish. The slope of the indicator is negative and suggests there is a lack of buying interest. And it has historical volatility of 296.16%. All in all, we can say it is very much like global battery metals, consolidating, moving sideways, but in this case it is just within its short-term trend line. So what does the short-term trend line say? The 20-day trend line is saying $0.27 as the price. So it's the stock itself closed below the 20-day trend line, and then the 10-day trend line is saying 0.26. So roughly it is in a better position. For us, a more comfortable position. If we have a need to improve, buy it. If we have a need to get involved with buy on a stock, we feel that's a comfortable position, trading at the same level with its short-term trend line. So yeah, this is, of the two of them, this global battery metals is in a better position technically. But all in all, for all of them, we have all seen of late that the demand for lithium is growing and all that stuff. So if these two companies, global battery metals and American battery metals, are in this business properly and all that stuff, which I don't doubt they are in, they stand a good chance there's a good chance, fundamentally. So there isn't anything wrong as such. So we'll just see how things pan out. But for now, they are just pulling back and consolidating. But global battery metals is a better buy than American battery metals. So if you're new to this channel, subscribe, like, and share. If you're already a subscriber, thank you very much for watching this video.